There's a version of Mexico sold on postcards, bright colors, smiling skulls, a bottle sweating in the sun. But that's just a snapshot, missing the beautiful, chaotic, deeply complex reality. The real Mexico is a rhythm from ancient cities, a flavor that rewires your brain. It gets under your skin, demanding you look past the clichés and see its soul. Forget what you think you know. We're peeling back the layers to glimpse the spirit that makes this place so alive. Before Mexico, there were giants: Olmecs, Zapotecs, Toltecs, Maya, Aztecs. These weren't just civilizations, they were worlds of art and thought. Stand in the shadow of their pyramids, and you feel a presence. The Maya mapped the stars and wrote in a language we're still deciphering. Walk these ruins and the stones hum with memory. The echoes in the stone are still here, shaping Mexico today. Mexico is a land of extremes: shivering pine forests, sweltering jungles, deserts that teach patience and survival, forged by volcanoes, carved by rivers, and stretched between two oceans. Each region shapes its people, its food, its culture. The constant shift in scenery is the source of Mexico's character. Here, the land and its people are inseparable. In Mexico, death isn't the end, it's a reunion, and once a year, a party. Dia de los Muertos is a vibrant celebration of memory and love. Families build ofrendas, altars with food, drinks, and marigolds to guide spirits home. Cemeteries glow with candles, flowers, and laughter. It's not about mourning, it's about celebrating lives lived. In Mexico, the dead are never truly gone. They're always invited to the table. To say you know Mexican food because you've had a taco is like saying you know music from a single note. Mexican cuisine is a 6,000-year-old epic, complex, regionally diverse, and a global treasure. The real taco, carnitas, al pastor or barbacoa, each a universe of flavor. Salsa is the soul. Go deeper. Mole poblano, simmered for hours, tells centuries of stories. It's more than food, it's identity. Mexico doesn't just endure its history, it paints it, carves it, and splashes it across public walls. Art here is protest, conversation, and identity. The muralists, Rivera, Siqueiros, Orozco, turned public buildings into epic visual histories after the revolution. Rivera celebrated the worker, Orozco raged against injustice. Then there's Frida Kahlo. Her art is raw, surreal, and painfully honest, transforming suffering into beauty. Folk art thrives too: alebrijes, fantastical creatures painted in impossible colors, and political street art that covers city walls. Contemporary art is just as vibrant and challenging. In Mexico, art isn't decorative, it's necessary. It's how the country processes dreams, nightmares, and its undying soul. Here, creativity is survival. In Mexico, the family is everything, not just parents and kids, but a web of relatives and compadres, bound by love and duty. Sunday meals are sacred, long, loud, and full of tradition. This spirit extends to the community. Everyone pitches in for the common good. The unbreakable circle is Mexico's greatest strength. Mexico's beaches are built for pleasure. Riviera Maya's white sand and turquoise water never sleep. Cancun is a city of hotels and nightlife. Playa del Carmen and Tulum are bohemian and eco-conscious. Ancient history meets modern luxury. On the Pacific, Puerto Escondido and Sayulita charm. Each beach has its own rhythm. Party, retreat, or quiet beauty, Mexico delivers. Escape is what you need. The beach is Mexico's invitation to joy. Pleasure is an art form. The sea is always waiting. Every year, a miracle unfolds in Mexico's high-altitude forests. Hundreds of millions of monarch butterflies arrive after a journey of thousands of miles. The migration is an evolutionary marvel, guided by ancient memory. At first, The trees seem heavy with dead leaves, then the sun hits, and millions of butterflies take flight. The air fills with a whispering rustle, a blizzard of orange and black. The local Purepecha believe these are the souls of ancestors returning home. Standing in that sacred forest, it's easy to believe. Mexico is a land of wonders, but this is pure magic. Some stories are best experienced in silence, surrounded by wings. Listen to Mexico and you'll hear its soul. Music pouring from cantinas, plazas, and family parties. Mariachi is king trumpets, violins, and voices telling tales of love and heartbreak. But there's son jarocho on the coast, norteño and banda in the north, and cumbia at every party. Dance is inseparable. Jarabe tapatio, salsa, and more. Music and dance aren't just performances, they're participation, a release, a celebration of being alive. The soundtrack is as diverse as the land itself. Here, rhythm is a way of life. To know Mexico, you have to feel its music. Mexico is built on ancient bones, modern cities layered over empires. Chichen Itza, Mayan genius, cosmic alignments, and the shadow of Kukulkan slithering down the pyramid. Teotihuacan, the city of the gods, its origins a mystery, its scale humbling. The Aztecs believed it was the birthplace of gods. Palenque, Monte Alban, Templo Mayor, each site tells a different story. These aren't just ruins, they're power centers, libraries of stone. Walking these sites is walking through myths and history at once. The ground beneath your feet is never just ground, it's a living archive. In Mexico, handmade crafts aren't a hobby, they're a vital part of life and identity. Markets are sensory explosions: black pottery, Zapotec rugs, alebrijes, Talavera pottery, hammered copper. Each piece tells a story, each market is a hub of community. You can buy anything: blouses, tortillas, even love potions. These markets are the lifeblood of their towns. The most beautiful things aren't in museums, they're in the art of everyday living. Here, tradition is alive in every object. Romanticizing rural Mexico misses the point. Its cities are the country's beating heart. Mexico City is a megalopolis where Aztec ruins, colonial palaces, and skyscrapers collide. The traffic is legendary, but so is the life. World-class museums, street food, and a thriving art scene. Guadalajara blends tradition and tech, mariachi and innovation. Monterrey is industry and commerce, with fierce regional pride. These cities are complex organisms, where past and future wrestle. Old cantinas sit beside craft breweries. Charros ride past tech entrepreneurs. The contradictions are fascinating and essential. Here, Mexico's challenges and dynamism play out every day. The city is where the story never stops. Mexico's spirits aren't just for drinking, they're the land distilled. Tequila comes from blue agave, crafted by generations of jimadores, meant to be savored, not slammed. Mezcal is wilder, smokier, made from dozens of agave varieties, each with its own character. Every bottle is a taste of place, a sense of terroir as complex as any wine. In Oaxaca, they say, for everything bad, mezcal. For everything good, mezcal too. It's medicine, celebration, and connection to the earth. The spirit of Mexico is captured in a glass. To drink it is to taste the land itself. You can't understand Mexico until you meet its people, the country's greatest treasure. There's a warmth and generosity that's tangible. Strangers will walk you to your destination, insist you try their food, invite you in. Formal politeness is woven into the language, but beneath it is genuine human warmth. Laughter comes easily, and connection is valued over transaction. It's not a nation of saints, but the lasting impression is one of welcome. Despite a long, complex history with outsiders, the door remains open. The greatest souvenir isn't a thing, it's the memory of that connection. In Mexico, you're never just a visitor, you're a guest. Much of Mexico remains wild, one of the most biodiverse places on Earth, but also fragile. Ecotourism is rising, shifting from mega resorts to sustainable community-driven experiences. In Siankaan, you float ancient canals. In Baja, fishing villages protect whales. It's about observation, not exploitation. The battle for Mexico's wild places is a battle for its soul. The greatest wonder may not be a pyramid, but the untamed natural world. Preserving it is the country's new frontier. 15 windows into Mexico, and we've barely scratched the surface. For every story told, a million more wait in markets, villages, and city streets. Mexico isn't a place you check off a list. It gets into your blood and calls you back. The real Mexico is in the taste of salsa, the sound of mariachi, the warmth of a stranger's smile. It's a story still being written every day by millions. Thank you for coming along. Let's keep exploring together.